You get an absolutely brilliant product idea from an Asteroid AIM video, you sample, source, ship to Amazon, and you get your listing up, only to leave the listing as an unoptimized mess? You've spent money on product, right? Get a reward from that.
You already in pain, you already hurt, get a reward from it.
Since my optimization service, Asteroid AIM, can only help so many people, okay, here's an open letter to all those sellers who, trip at the finish line, so to speak. Here are 10 common mistakes that Amazon sellers make when optimizing their listing. Number 1. It's number 1 because it's the most visible. The main photo is not on white. This is against Amazon rules. Best case, it just stays up and looks bad. Worst case, though, the listing has been suppressed and you don't even know it. Which brings us to point number 2. It's suppressed. Just look at all those reasons for which Amazon will make your product virtually invisible to everyone. These are shoppers with credit cards on file that search Amazon 1.1 million times a second, and that was in 2013. With your suppressed listing nowhere to be seen. To fix it, this is a constructive, actionable video. Amazon says, click the inventory tab and select manage inventory. Select suppressed in the top navigation pane. If you have suppressed listings, you will see suppressed in the top navigation pane. If you do not have any suppressed listings, you will not see this option. So it'll be invisible to you otherwise. So if you don't see this in Seller Central, this isn't the problem though. I don't want to be like WebMD of Amazon that says everything is some serious disease. I'm not making sales. Suppressed. Sessions are lower than usual. Suppressed. Suppressed. But let's continue with the assumption that we are at least visible. Suppression is a serious one. But say you are visible, what about getting clicks? Number 3, there's no price drop. Every seller has the option to artificially inflate their price a little bit and then put their product on sale. And here's how you do that. Inventory, and then manage inventory, and then offer of a particular product once you're editing it. Then set your standard price high and your sale price for what you actually want to sell it for. And this creates an attractive, tasteful price slash that pushes buyers through the door with the perception of a limited time offer. This can be implemented in under 60 seconds. On the other end of the spectrum, though, the product is too cheap and it becomes an add-on item. Ooh. I actually see this all the time at Below Cost Club because sellers with good intentions, they run a promotion to increase their product's visibility and get their initial reviews. It's a good idea, and I recommend it, but then their ranking increases, and one of the common tactics for getting organic sales once your ranking has increased is to decrease the public price, which is great in theory, except on some products, and just some. If you decrease it too low, it'll actually become an add-on item, which means that customers are required to buy a cart full of $25 for their total order in order to buy this item as part of that cart. And so this kills sales, as you can imagine, because people are forced to buy more than they want at one time. So if you have the blue kiss of death on your listing, just increase your sale price above $10, and this should usually rectify itself automatically. And one last note on this, the rules tend to vary by category. So, for example, phone cases can get dirt cheap without ever becoming add-ons, like $1 to $2. I find that it mostly applies to products that really shouldn't be priced as low as they are, and then Amazon is sort of slapping them with this designation. Because Amazon's prices of fulfillment are fixed, right? So the add-on item is a defense against that. Number 5, split parent-child relationships. This one's super common. Say a seller has the same product. It's the same form factor. It's the same size. It's the same product, but it comes in 3, say, color variations like red, yellow, and blue. Instead of making this a listing that's one parent listing with 3 variations, they make it 3 separate listings floating by themselves in space, which of course is marketing 101. Make it impossible for customers to find similar products to the ones they're interested in. Also, you want to consolidate the sales and ranking into one parent ASIN instead of split across separate ASINs that were meant to be together. And a bonus fact, I did not know this in the research for this video, I found that ASIN stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number, which isn't terribly exciting, but I didn't know what the words were, so. Number 6, they don't max out their character limits. So most people, depending on the product category have 150 to 200 characters for their titles, 250 characters times 5 bullets, so each bullet is 250 normally, and 2,000 characters for the description, give or take. These numbers are always changing, so do check what your particular character limits are. Don't get me wrong, you should not stuff your title and you should never exceed the character limits that Amazon gives you. They're very clear about this. But if you're under, it's sort of like licking the Cheeto dust off a Cheeto and then throwing the Cheeto away. It's not useful. And it's weird. So for a deep dive on text optimization, watch this. Number 7, the listing has redundant keywords. In Amazon's Teen Choice Award nominee Optimized for Search and Browse, they give the following example. If the title is Diamond Flower 4K White Gold Ring, then bad keywords are gold and ring. Now I know what you're thinking, and it's what I'm thinking. It makes sense. Why is that the case? I mean, those keywords apply to the product, do they not? And yes, they do, but those products as back-end keywords are redundant because they're already in the title. Redundant keywords are the equivalent of licking Cheeto dust again because they don't do any good. This is not an infraction that you will be suppressed for, or it's not particularly serious, it's just not rewarded. This sort of redundancy is not rewarded. Number 8 is more serious. Number 8 is FDA violations. This applies mostly to supplement sellers, so when we optimize listings at AstroAim, we pay close attention to this when we do supplements, but it also applies to people in the beauty and health department, I would say. Anyone whose product overtly tries to say that they improve human life in some way. I'll read a bit of the Amazon policy. It's more extensive than this, but this is the highlight reel. The FTC protects consumers from unfair and deceptive advertising and marketing practices that raise health and safety concerns. So the FDA and Amazon prohibit the sale of supplements that claim to cure, mitigate, treat, or prevent diseases in humans. The following are some examples of diseases that supplements cannot claim to cure, mitigate, treat, or prevent. Followed by WebMD's diagnosis for the symptoms of mild fatigue with headache. Number 9, the listing points outside of Amazon. Some sellers have their website somewhere in their listing content. Amazon, for obvious reasons, wants to keep this platform a closed ecosystem and does not take kindly to this sort of misdirection. And number 10, the description. If the seller is using a traditional text description and it lacks HTML tags, even a few paragraph break tags can make a huge difference in terms of presentation and readability. And by way of a bonus number 11, I want to end on a positive, future-facing note. Bonus number 11. Sellers may not be considering enhanced brand content. EBC is the up-and-coming replacement for traditional HTML formatted just text descriptions. Now, you do need to complete the Amazon brand registry process to create EBC descriptions, verifying that you're the rightful owner of the brand. But that's a win-win because it also helps protect against imitators hijacking your listing anyway. So more exciting still, recently, Amazon has started rolling out in beta form video in third-party seller product descriptions. And when they roll this out, you can bet that you'll be able to optimize that too at astroaim.com. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the
next one.